No one else can do it for you. Uh, yep. I will just check if I am live. No visuals today, and that's because nah, I'm not going to give the reason. But yeah, audio should be good. I'm just going to quickly check, and then we get on to what we're modeling for today. Right. So this I had to force myself to just come on because I didn't stream yesterday, so I have to like get two in today. Um, so I am just gonna check what's going on. Hope my audio is good. Load. I'm not hearing anything. Like, is audio good? Testing 1 2. I don't think visual is good, so let me see if I can tweak some settings around here. Testing 1 2. How about now? Let's see. Testing. Testing 1 2. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, today we're going to be modeling a bottle with an interesting, yeah, basically an interesting surface. So I'm just going to drag our reference into Blender, and we're going to get onto what we have for today. So basically we're going to be modeling this, and I'm going to RX92. Oh no, this is wrong. You know what? I'm just going to open a new window right here, and I don't know, for some reason my computer is really laggy and really draggy. So I'm just going to move as cleanly and as subtly as I can, so I don't have a lot of drags. So I'm going to bring in a cylinder, and yeah, this I think is going to be not as straightforward, but I'm going to try as much as possible to get it to be smooth. So first of all, for these ridges, I think this is extruded inward just a smidge, a little bit, right? And when this is created, an overall twist is added to the bottle. So it's more about like creating these ridges as a straight. Then when you're done with modeling the whole thing, you can twist the entire bottle. 1 second, guy. I'm receiving a call, so just give me a second. I'm still with you all. Just a second, guys. All right, we're back, and yeah. So cylinder right here, I'm going to bring this up down to this point, and something I'm going to be cognizant of is how many of this side I would need to form one of that. Like how many of this? Is it this amount, or I think it's this actually? So I can kind of shade smooth and no, not shade smooth. Apply scale and insert something like this. So I need to look for. I think this face. I'm going to delete that face first of all. I'm going to come to the side view and I'm going to create a ridge like that. But now I'm looking at this. I think I need more counts on this cylinder, right? So I need three of the edges would create one of this. So 3 times 4, that is 12. Then I think I need 24. So let me see if I can bring in a cylinder of 24 and it will work. Let's see. No, cylinder of 24 won't work. So I'm going to bring in another cylinder. Let me see. I think I'm just going to go this method. So we have one. No, that's not it. We have 1, 2, 3. So I think 32 or maybe 33. Let's say 36. 38. What about 40? So I'm going to use 40 on the side for this shape. And yeah, I'm going to GZ this up to the surface. I don't, to be honest, I want to see if I can spend 30 minutes on the stream. I already have used like 5 minutes to take a call. So, well, less than 5. Let's say less than 5. So right here, I'm going to Z and I'm going to bring in a loop to this point and another loop up to this point. So we're looking at something like this where we select this face and we're able to apply scale, extrude inward just like so. Maybe even needs to be extruded twice, but I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do twice. No, extrude, insert rather. So we have another one on this side and I'm going to bring in another loop to this point right around here. So I'm going to select this edge, bring cursor to selected, and what I'm going to do is select this part and then I'm going to convert it into a circle. Let's see. So the circle that's creating is not what I want. So I'm going to insert this, right, and create another circle. But we're still having a lot of distortion on the edges, which is not what we want, actually. So I think in order to get this circle to look the way we want, I'm going to bring in a circle of how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a 10 vertex circle, right, to this point, and I'm going to change this to 10. I'm going to RX 90, scale this down, right, and I'm going to select both so I can select this edge and select this circle. I'm going to scale this down to this point, right, and and I'm going to shrink wrap this, or shrink wrap this onto that surface. Maybe I need to, is this subdivide, or I think I need to grid fill actually. So I can grid fill this. Yep. Think I also need a joint right here. So yeah, let's shrink wrap. I can add a shrink wrap modifier to this and then select this. And I'm going to change this to projects, right? So I can GY and it just slips into position. So I'm going to apply that shrink wrap, join both of them, and then you see this entire face right here. I'm going to take out. So I can take this and join, or no, not join, fill. Fill that face, fill. I'm going to add in SZ0, a loop right here, SZ0, a loop right here. So I can GZ, and then this entire thing right here, I can fill. This one right here, I can, no, I don't even need to fill this because this is going to extend out downward. So I can just delete these faces, and this I'm going to fill. These right here I'm going to fill, but this one I'm not sure how I'm going to fill, except I bring subdivide this, right, and just fill like so, right? Then I think, as a matter of fact, I think I can even use my mirror modifier, mirror this to the other side, apply that. So we're good. This looks the way I want it to. Oh, but I need that actually. So I'm going to go to the front view, and this entire face right here I'm going to delete because I want to select this entire vertex SZ0. Quick one, I just want to quickly check the stream and make sure that I'm still on track before I continue. SZ0. Quick one, I just want to quickly check. Hey, dead tackle. So I definitely do remember you. You're from one of the stream, and thanks so much for the feedback. I really appreciate you being on stream. It means a lot, man. So yep, I'm going to go on, and for this, you see this entire loop right here. I feel like I need to just dissolve all of that. So I'm going to dissolve this edge. And you see this, I can easy all the way down and just GC down to this point. And that's cool. So what I can do is select this and just fill. Select this and fill. So I like that. So what we're going to do now is, since we already have one established, like I can really just select this and maybe extrude slightly. Let me see, because I need to test this thing to make sure it works. If I select these faces and extrude inward and apply a subdivision, will it form that shape? I don't think it does. Yeah, maybe a little. It does a little bit actually. It does a little bit, but this needs to be rounder. This right here. So I'm going to move vertices around to try to achieve that. So I'm going to do something like this, GG, and then I'm going to SX slightly. This I will GG and GG, GG. Oh, come on. How am I going to do this? Maybe what's making it not even be round is no holding. I don't have like a holding loop. So I'm going to use L select with the Merc machine, and yeah, I think I was able to get it with a holding loop. So I think the inner part too should have some kind of a holding loop too, like so, right? So I can select Y, select this entire loop, and then do same thing. But I don't think this extrusion should be this deep though. Remember, this is all testing. I need to make sure that I test this to make sure that, like, when I duplicate this across around, it's still going to work properly. So that's cool. So yeah, we have one part of it, and I'm just going to select the segment that has that, and that is this entire segment right here. I think this I need to join. So I'm just going to join like so. Fill 2 2 2. That's cool. You see this? 1 2. I'm going to select I'm going to select this and then select this. So we have this entire segment selected. I'm going to invert that selection and delete all of that faces. So from the center of this, we're going to rotate this. I'm going to bring in an array modifier, right? And I'm going to rotate in a circle. I think this needs, I don't know how many counts it needs, but let's just check. So that we need these two vertices at the exact same point. Like the vertex that is here and the one that is here, we need at the exact same point so that when we measure by distance, we can, clear out some duplicated vertices. So I think, yep, I think this is at the exact same point. So if I apply that array, I can easily go like this and measure by distance, and all the whole joint point right here is all one. So that's cool, but I want to bring back that array because I just want to work on one while it affects every other one. So right here, I'm going to select this part. I'm looking at this right now, and I don't know how it terminates in the bottle. Let's see how it terminates down here. So I think it just tapers off. It just tapers out of. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you see all of this joining here. I'm going to come to the side and just take all of these vertices out. Minus that. Let me take this one out first. Right? So we can join this at last. This at last. And then this at last. We still have one more here, so I can subdivide this and then subdivide this. Subdivide this so that this can be merged at last and this at last, right? So I can select this. Ooh. So I'm seeing some extra vertices here. For example, this edge, I'm probably going to take out this edge. We don't need that. So from what I'm seeing up there, it seems I need 2 more vertices down here. So I'm going to select this edge, fill. That's cool. Subdivide down here, fill. So I like what's going on down there. I'm going to take this. Take this entire part and I'm going to extrude very, very lightly. Like the last one I did wasn't as light as I'd want, but extrude just a smidge and apply my subdivision. Right, so I'm going to bring the subdivision above the array. Still not making a difference as much, but it's cool. So we have this. I'm going to shade auto smooth, and I think next thing to do is to sharpen these edges, right? But before I do that, I'm sure with that extrude, I would have created a different face right here. Remember, this has to just taper off basically. So I'm going to delete these faces, right? And then select this entire loop. I think I can just bevel that first. Right? I'm thinking of using a bevel modifier instead. Yeah, let me use a bevel modifier so that I can easily change stuff whenever I need to. No one else can feel the weight on your lips. No, no, that, 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 that. Okay, so I think I'll change this to 9. Let's see. Let's do 0.002. Bring back the modifier. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. But I don't think I'm seeing the effect of that bevel as much actually. So I'm just going to do it by hand. And hope that I don't have to. I don't have to like remove the bevel later or something. I'm going to bevel this more. That's cool. Yeah. If I apply this array, let's see. Will I still be able to join? Merge by distance. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. All right. We have this. Next I'm going to do is okay, I'm looking at this now. I don't think there's a bevel. It doesn't look like an extrusion actually. It looks like it's a shape. So I think I'm going to try to create what's going on here. It's kind of different. I'm going to undo. And I'm going to turn off that sub D. L select, and then I'm going to dissolve this edge. Right? From what I'm seeing, it's looking like something like this. Like this shape. GY. Right? Then this was selected, and then GY. I'm going to do this another way. So this is selected and GY. Right? I'm going to do that again. GY. And then GY. Okay. So with that, if I select this, this select right this edge right here and just bevel that, it's going to be a different look from what we had. This is a lot more subtler and smoother, but I think this extends all the way out to this point. But I'm going to leave mine like this because when I eventually join all of those, it's eventually going to bend in. I'm eventually going to have to scale this top to fit this width right here. So I think this is better. I'm going to add in a deform modifier. Deform, is it this simple deform now that twists. Yeah, it twists, but I'm going to twist on the z-axis. So this is the effect that we have on the bottle, but I don't think it's this strong. Let me see. Yeah, something around this, right? 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. First of all, I'm going to take this mesh, Shift D, and I'm going to move it to a dump folder. Right? So in case I need to call this back for anything, just to create that checkpoint, basically. So I think the first thing I'm going to apply is the array, right? So I can select all of that and merge by distance, right? And then the next I am going to work on is I think this tapers off. Let's see. I don't think it tapers off the way it's supposed to. So I'm going to call back that application and then see what is different about the joining on this side. So I'm seeing that a face is created here. We don't want that face, all of this face. So I'm going to clear out all of that face. And I think I see a vertex on this side. And I'm going to take out the vertex on this side too. So if I'm adding a loop, does it add fully? Yeah, it does. So I think this is good now. So I'm going to turn on sub D and turn on simple deform. Then I'm going to apply array and then measure by distance. Let's see. Yep. So we have the effect looking good. The only thing is that it's stronger. I think mine is stronger, but I'm okay with it being stronger. So oh cool. This goes the entire length of the bottle and it's not supposed to. So I'm going to deselect the simple deform, right? And then I can GZ this up to this point. Then let's see if I can turn back on the simple deform. Simple deform turn back on, and I can select this GZ a little. I can GZ a little more, and I can easy, right? Then I want to easy again, but this time around I want to turn that into a circle, basically. GZ. So in order to make this work, I'm going to go all the way back, Shift D this, and I'm going to move this to the dump, right? I want to apply my simple deform. Let me add in some holding loops in the center. Apply simple deform. GY. This is a good shape so far. I'm right here. I'm going to select this. I'm going to select this part and all this I want to easy, or no, I want to convert it into a circle first, right? And then I can easy all the way down here. SZ0, make that flat. And we are seeing some weird issues right here. And I think it's as a result of this not falling off nicely. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off simple deform. Let me see how long I've been on. 30 minutes. I thought I was going to do this in a lesser amount of time, but looks like we're still here. So this part, I'm going to delete this vertices, and all of this, I want to make them straight, right? want to make all of this straight. So all this GG, 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 right here, GG, GG. Supposed to be a quicker way to do this. I can't go around the entire bottle trying to make this straight. Supposed to be a quicker way to do this. So this I'm going to SY0. This right here, SY0. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go all the way back, and the SY0 is going to be pivoted from the active element. So SY0 right here, SY0 right here, SY. So this is better now. So I think what I'm going to do is isolate this part that I think is perfect. So this part right here, I'm going to isolate, and I'm going to run that array mode again. As a matter of fact, let me come to the side, bring out that face select, and just isolate all of this, just like so. Yep. Right here. So all that isolated, but there's something that needs to be straight. You see this point right here? I need it to be straight to this so I can maybe not necessarily. When I do the array later, I think I can adjust that. So with this, I can delete all of these faces, and then including this ones actually. Delete faces, and then I can add that our array again. Where is it? We're going to go around the circle, and I think that was like 10. So that's cool. I can turn on simple. I'm going to duplicate this, move this to the dump. I think this is another checkpoint that I need to keep for later. I can apply that array, apply the twist. So I think I'm jumping around circles right here. I'm going to call back that array, right? And just adjust a few things. That's cool. Apply array, select all, merge by distance. So I think this was the point I was worried about. So that point is joined properly. So I can bring in this. I can select this edge, extrude on the Z, and then turn that. Do I need to turn that and say circle again? I don't think I do. Oh, seems I need to. Easy, but I'm sure if I go out, you'll see some artifacts. So, how do I fix this now? One second, guys. I need to figure this out. So it seems I need to go round myself. Right? I need to go round actually. And just straighten these things. front view, turn off sub D, turn off simple deform. How do I do this? How do I do this? Let me look at the reference again. Can I use a different mesh for the base? Right? So do something like this. Shift D, P to separate that selection. And then this would be a different EZ, right? But what I can now do this time is that instead of doing a straight EZ, I can turn this into a circle and extrude on this Z without thinking too much about it. But now I'm going to add in a sub D, add in the twist, and make sure that they lap correctly. I think that's the way I'm going to hack this, basically. But I'm seeing something with you see this loop? 1, 2. I'm going to delete those edges. Those vertices, right? I feel like it tapers a bit too much on that side. So I'm going to extrude, or I'm going to Shift D, isolate this, turn this into a circle, and extrude on the Z just like so. Turn off sub D, turn off this, turn this into a circle. What's going on? Fill circle. Oh, this is weird. Let me do that again. Shift D, Z, P to separate that selection. Isolate this. Right click, circular. Oh, I'm seeing something that I've never seen in Blender today. This is crazy. So are you saying I'm going to tidy up this mesh by hand? Wow. So what's causing this? I'm going to do that again. Do I need to mesh by distance first of all? Maybe increasing the distance. Do I need to do that? And then turn this into, wow. I need to reduce the amount, okay, maybe that's one of the rules. That's cool. So right here, I would GZ, scale this a little bit and easy all the way down. So I'm going to take this part, bring it up here. I'll select this and ES, extrude along the normals. I'll first of all add in a bevel. Adding the bevel is never like, just seems like everything is not just working today. So I think what's going on is this still on the active element. So I'm going to extrude along normal. First of all, change the boundary box and extrude along normal. This I would like to bevel, but it's not working. So I'm going to bevel by hand. First of all, clear all these faces. And then turn off sub D. Place some bevels right here. Okay, that's cool. Right here, I would easy. S Shift Z. That's cool. This I would GZ up to the surface, and with this part I'll fill. Let me see if I can feel that surface. Oh, can feel it nicely. So I think what I'm going to do is select this edge and just bevel it separately. Okay. So let me turn on the form, and I think the bottle is coming together nicely. Only that I think I cheated. I felt like I cheated on this part a little bit, but it's cool. One second, guys. So yeah, I mean, um, it's really the result that matters. I feel like even when this is being modeled, I don't know if that's going to be an issue, or rather, when it's being animated, rather, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But so right here, shade auto smooth. I'm going to select this part, Shift D, separate that selection, extrude along normals, just a little bit. But this top part, I'm going to lower it, so it just fits in the space nicely. So I'm going to apply this. I'm going to add in a bevel mode. Apply scale. Add the bevel modifier. I think the bevel modifier is too thick, so I'm going to reduce a little bit. That's good. So I'm just going to quickly fix the top and dissolve edge. I'm going to turn off the subdivision and surface deform on this momentarily. So this I'm going to scale down to this point, extrude to this point, and extrude all the way. So this I'm going to fill, and this part I'm just going to bevel a little so that I can extrude in along normal to suggest the idea that it's an opening basically. So this I'm going to add in a bevel. I think the top would have some kind of an inset like so. So we can select this to bevel. Then maybe we're going to have something like this, like an inset and a GX and an SX, so that this part is going to be the part that holds this loop basically. So I'm going to bring cursor to that point, add in a cube. I'm going to scale down scale down that cube, bring all to center, and on the side right here, I'm going to create that loop. So that's cool. First of all, I'm going to turn this into a curve, apply subdue on that curve, and then I'm going to add in a depth, and I'm going to add in an extrusion. But the extrusion I need is not this way. This is not the extrusion that is needed for this. So instead of that way, converting into a curve, I probably want to select this and extrude on the Y, just like so, right? I'll select all of this, bring cursor to that point, then I'll bring origin to that point. Then I think I'll reset cursor to this point so that, no. I'm going to bring cursor to selected, right click, origin to 3D cursor. Then this 3D cursor, I'm going to move to this point. So I can select this and move right here. Right here, I can easy G. Okay. So this can come to the side and just reduce that a little bit. Right here, I'm going to add in a modifier solidify. First of all, I'll bring in add a bevel. I'm just going to shade auto smooth, and I think that's cool. But this loops looks wonky, like very fake. So I'm going to bring this, just try to readjust. I'm sure my time is well past 30 minutes right now. I'm going to select this and just use relax. Do the same to this and just use relax. Okay, that's cool. You see these parts? So in the model, it tapers off, but mine, this one doesn't actually. So in order for us to make this taper, let me see if I can achieve it. Then, in fact, let me just save this on the side. Shift DX. I think that's our final finished product. No, our finished product is going to include a subdivision and then turning on simple deform. So this is it right here. But I want to see if I can achieve this fade all the way down. Merge at center. Merge at center. Repeat. 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 I think this entire face right here just needs to go. Select more. Delete vertices. That's cool. So that tapers at that point. So right here we'll do kind of the same thing. Merge at center. repeat, repeat, and then repeat. So that's cool. Right here, we don't have chords on this side, so I think this, I'll delete these vertices. Oh, all these edges rather, dissolve edges. I can take this GG and then fill this, or not fill, join. So it looks like all of this I would need to isolate again. Separate selection, and then I'm going to come back to the front, select all of this, 1, 2, and I can invert that so I can delete all of that face, right? So I'm going to bring in that array again. I'm going to run around the circle, and we're going to bring in 10. That's cool. First things, I'm going to apply that array, delete the duplicates, and then oh, okay, that influence is too strong. Oh. That influence on the measure by distance was too strong. Measure by distance, but this time we're going to do our original number, like so. I want to mirror this to the other side and apply that mirror. So this, I can just GG, fit that even more. Array is going to come up to 10 counts, and apply the array. Let's merge by, I think I'm going to merge by distance, and then all of this merge by distance. You know what? We're going to go to the side view, select all of this, and SZ0, flatten that out. GG. That's cool. I'm going to do the same for this part, but this one I'm going to convert to a circle. Then the influence is going to be reducing. I'm going to drop this influence by like 30. Let's see. And then right here, I'm going to do the same circle, but influence is going to be 60. And then right here, I'm going to do the circle, but influence here is going to be 100. So let's turn on sub D and turn on simple deform. So it tapers off the way it needs to. Only thing that it's spreading right here. So I'm going to undo down to this point. Let's see how it looks like, just like so. Not not exactly tapering off, but what I think I can do is, you see right here, I can select this edge and dissolve. I can select these two edges or this edge and dissolve that edge. Dissolve that edge. Okay, dissolve edge. Then this, I'm going to turn this into a circle. Let's see. Whoosh! Still the same weird effect. I'm going to apply the simple deform, and I'm going to move this by hand. I'm going to make sure I complete one segment by hand, and then GG, GG, GG. This can be in the center. GG, GG, GG. That's cool. I think right here is cool. Okay. So this entire segment right here, I'm going to copy, invert, and then do our array again. Let's see if it works this time around. Or maybe I can even add in a scene right here, and then I can select this and invert to clear out the others. Delete face. So we're going to bring in an array again. We're going to go around the circle, and we're going to do 10. That's cool. Right around here, I will apply, and then I'm going to merge by distance, right? This is very high. Around here. So I think the taper is achieved, but this part, you see these two parts, is not joined properly. So I'm going to try to merge by distance again, but with stronger influence. Let's see. No. Let's see. Nope. So it looks like I have to do this once by hand. So I'm going to select both and merge at center. Select both, merge at center. Right here, repeat the action. Repeat the action. Repeat the action. Repeat. Think same applies to this and this and this right here too. So I think we've gone round, and yeah, I'm okay with this shape. I'm going to select both. Join. No. I'm going to take out the deform here. What amount of subdivision do we have here? What amount do we have here? So I'm going to just take this two and join. So I think I'm just going to have to tighten up these edges because I was surprised at how much the subdivision was doing with that. So this edge I will just bevel. Then if I can join these two, I would have to, oh my god, do I have to do this manually again? Shit. Can I select this and rotate on the Z into position, select all, and then merge by distance? Let's see. Didn't work. Let's do it again by removing one of the zeros. Oh, I can't believe I have to do this. RZ. Let's go. Merge at center. Repeat action. No. Like, if you're still here, I think we pretty much have the shape already. So center, repeat action, repeat. Okay. Turn on sub D on this. Bring back the other elements, and yeah, I'm cool. I'm going to select this face and fill. So yeah, I'm done with this. I'm just going to save. Let me see what the count is. This water bottle done. I think I'm just going to put this at $5. The what was that? Day 9. Water bottle. We're pretty much done with this. I'm just going to pack all my resources into the blend file, and then we're done. I want to check my YouTube channel first before leaving the stream, and then see how long I used. Hope it's not up to 1 hour, Sha. More than an hour. So that took longer than I thought. But it's all good. My resource into more than an hour. So that took longer than I thought. So yeah. Dead Taco, thanks once again for dropping by the stream. Shout out to everybody. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So long, and until I see you guys in the next one, it's peace.